Gee, I wonder who would have moved my microphone today. Playing, huh? Was it you?
I guess so.
Yeah, I'll blame it on you. That's the thing. Am I mute?
I probably knocked your microphone or something.
Huh?
I probably knocked your microphone.
Yeah, you probably knocked my microphone and you muted it. Nice going. Oh well. Don't worry, guys. You didn't miss much. Yeah, I didn't unleash. You know, I'm gonna start this game over. I don't like this. Look at the skybox.
Oh.
Like.
Yeah, something's up with that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go back into this. So hopefully, I should be saved. I'm gonna go in and out of this. Yeah, it's so hard. At least 2 people liked silence for 15 minutes. I gotta start adding comments to my videos when they go up because they get the muted stuff and or something wrong with it. Yeah, something happened with that. Let me see how it looks when I load it up again. Because I was playing around with oops, different things. You going back up? Are you staying down? Or?
Yeah, I probably should.
Okay.
Okay, see ya.
What were you doing? Were you just watching it, or?
Yeah, I noticed it. I noticed the Run8 part. I tried to see what was going on.
Oh, okay. Thanks. All right. Love you.
See ya. Bye.
See ya. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Ah, crap. I'm in Unity. Oops. I missed it. I'll try this again, folks. Oh, sorry for the audio loss there. No, this microphone is very sensitive, and my son comes down here and plays. I don't think he was down here today, though. I didn't think he was, anyways. He wasn't playing American Truck Simulator. He might have been playing NIMBY. Okay. Yeah, something's wrong with the graphics. I thought it looked different when I went into it. Something, when I go into American Truck Simulator, something doesn't look right. Oh, it's fine now. At least I thought so. That looks way better. Alright.
Ready to roll.
So you guys didn't miss anything.
Go straight on.
Yeah, I saw the graphics there. Like, it looked kind of goofy. But I guess not. But it did look goofy. But yeah. So yeah, I hadn't said anything yet, so that was cool. But there was an interesting post over on Train Sim today. Actually, there's been a thread that's been really interesting lately.
Go straight on.
And it's
Please mind
oops.
speed limit.
Let me get down here for a minute. I'll just turn up here and then I'll talk to it what I'm talking about.
Turn left.
Oh crap. No. So we had dynamite coming in, now we have dynamite coming out, so that's the only thing I said about this. So just like, it was kind of strange, but... So yeah, originally I was just gonna go... Okay, I guess I'm still at 25, 35, 45. There we go. And I guess that's going to be 65. Yeah. Yeah, so there was this curious about Run8 posting that was over on Train Sim, which kind of took a life on its own in a way, as most threads do. Which makes them interesting, actually. But there was one post by Sparkplug, which was like something about the ocean, you know, and can't describe the ocean unless you try it or something like that, or so it just said try it yourself and find out. So I mean, that's certainly advice. Personally, anything that I've ever looked into, I've wanted to see a video on. Like, for example, there's plenty of people who do Niagara routes for trains. If I don't see a video or something that really shows it, I'm not going to try to download it or buy it or whatever. Somebody's actually selling Niagara. It's kind of funny. Well, I won't touch it. And I mean, you know, life could be a lot easier if I did, I suppose. And then I would at least have Niagara, but nah. I don't need Niagara that bad. Ooh, boy, 35. Okay, so I gotta pay attention to my driving here. Even while paying attention, I'm going way too fast. Jeez. I wonder how legitimate that damage is, like as far as 4%. I don't know. I think sometimes it's... Yeah, I mean, I know trucks are powerful, but geez. I guess I think in lines of a car, and if I was to hit something like that and just go poink, be a lot more damage. But so yeah. Anyways, I got one hairpin turn coming up in a bit, but anyways, I'll try this. So yeah, it had a mind of its own, and like I said, Sparky had that one post in there, and I didn't know how to reply to that. So I mean, it's certainly advice and it's certainly an opinion, and I thought, okay, and I thought, cool enough. And I don't know what was happening before. I think there was some speculation in post. I think there was... I honestly, I don't know, because it wasn't that important to me. Then there was a post by Sparkplug who was... And the reference to the post almost sounded like what I was talking about the other night. And I kind of caught that.
Go straight on.
And I was thinking to myself, it almost legitimately felt as though at first it was a sincere post, and then towards the bottom there was stuff about highlighted about, you know, moderators, something along the lines of moderators, I I don't know, something like that. I don't even know if I replied to it, to be quite honest, but the post is gone now. But something about speculation and moderators and all that other stuff, and I didn't reply to that one. Somebody else replied, and I don't think I did anyways. I replied to Seagoon's post, and it was something along the lines of, he was saying it doesn't matter, because in this post it was boat version 3 as usual, the speculation about it, and I guess there was like, oh, can't wait to see everybody who bitches and complains about version 2, because it changed. All of a sudden the tone of Sparkplug's post changed, and it was all of a sudden being, you know, I can't wait for the people to start bitching about backwards compatibility and all this other stuff, which I could care less. Neither could Seagoon, apparently. Well, crap. That's what happens when I'm not paying attention. Da, da, da. Talking and driving. It's not a good combination for me. But you see how my mind works. So yeah, I was kind of baffled by it. I didn't know how to reply to him. I ended up replying to Seagoon. But it seemed like, you know, they're talking about, you know, I think I would go and put up a model railroad or something like that, or go find trains to film or something. And it seemed like everything that I'm doing right now, which I think is perfectly normal. If I, you know, you find some things become old, other things become new, blah blah blah, or everything old's new again. Who knows? I mean, whatever. That doesn't really matter. And Dad was gone, but here's the breaking news. On one of my replies, I had said, you know, I made my smart remark about, you know, Run8 Depot, and I think I referred to it as the, what is it? The Serious Modelers Club, or Serious
Go straight on.
Modelers Club, or something like that. It just some smart-ass remark, right? That if you don't get a post from there, or if the police doesn't come around, or maybe one of the developers actually comes around and posts, or perhaps the Run8 forum will update for the first time in a year and a half. You know, I'm just poking fun, right? Just having fun. Just being a dork, right? For the most part, or shit disturber, or whatever you want to call me. I'm just having fun. Basically, I'm trolling Run8. I'm not deliberately trolling Run8, but apparently I am, because then there was one-liner message, and it was from the developer. I think it was from John's account, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the breaking news, folks. We got breaking news. We now know something, that Run8 version 3 will be backwards compatible with version 2, because that's how we do things. Period. So there you have it, folks. There's your latest updates on how things are going. I'm like, I was gonna reply to that, and I ended up replying to my own reply and saying, where did he go? Where did he go? Like, as far as Sparky's post or some stupid thing like that. I'm like, come on. Oh. I'm like, whatever. I mean, it's such a joke. It really is. It's laughable. And all because somebody comes across one of my videos, it gains a little bit of traction. Heck, I could be driving a freaking truck in American Truck Simulator and poke fun at Run8, and all of a sudden, whoa! It's like, really? But guess what? You're in my world, bitch. So, I mean, this is my world. This is my live stream. Don't like my opinion? Go get one. It's not like I'm looking for them. I mean, hey, I watch videos. I watch videos about wrestling because I'm interested in it. I find entertainment on YouTube. Generally speaking, I'll look for videos on seldom trains, believe it or not. And wrestling news and updates. Sometimes, you know, finance and business related stuff. I don't watch news. I mean, not fake news, that's for damn sure. But, there we go. Better turn my lights on before I get nabbed for that. Is that the railway line? Must be. But yeah, there's my breaking news. There you have it. You're welcome. Put it this way, most people, I know my audience, and it's a much more, I don't know how you say, it's a dwindling audience compared to what it used to be because I'm not active in trains or whatever. I can't even describe it. Are my subscribers up? Yes. Are they over 500? Yes. Do I think that's a big deal? Not really. And the reason why I say that is because I'm subscribed to all kinds of channels that I never unsubscribed to. I get people that'll unsubscribe every now and then. It's not a big deal. It is what it is. Okay. I love this.
Please mind the speed limit.
I am. Oh, I guess I'm not. I love this transition into night. It's so beautiful. So see, I can accept hauling dynamite. Maybe maybe it's in a different form of dynamite or whatever. As long as it gives me money, I really don't care. Guess we're going back up. Uh-oh. Better get in that left lane before that guy behind me wants to come find me. Now, I actually did some work in RTS Day. Woohoo! One piece of graph paper. Did that at my lunch break. I drew a bunch of little circles on graph paper, and I think I worked on it for about 15 minutes. So, there's my update for the day.
Go straight on.
And in all seriousness, I'm sure the Run8 team did probably a lot more. And I don't mean that sarcastically either. It takes a lot of work. Like I'm not poking fun. I know it takes work. I know I've dealt with major programs before, and I'm not talking about me developing personally. I have dug into code of major programs. And the thing is, I don't know like, see, you can't quantitate the number of lines of code anymore because things are so different from when I remember it. But I know how much work actually goes into it, and they call it spaghetti code if it's not properly laid out. So you have to have everything in proper subroutines, functions, you name it. If you don't, it may still work, but trying to clean it up becomes a problem.
Go straight on.
And then debugging. That becomes another issue. I don't know how long Run8 originally took to develop. I think it took a few years. So if they're into an entirely new engine, I have no doubt in my mind that it's going to take a while. That they're going to have to get through some stuff. They're a bigger team than what they were. I think they have a lot more people willing to help them, or at least they did. I can't speak for now. So it is what it is. And they have the right to be as secret as they want to be. I know what that's like too. Oh, damn it. Well, I gotta get in that right lane. Squeeze my way in. Don't know if anybody was behind me or not. Didn't really check the mirror. Don't see anybody, but whatever.
Turn right.
Man, I got way better acceleration than this guy. I'm just gonna go here because I don't know. Let him get some speed going, and then come on, buddy. That's a new area. Let's see where I am at. Well, some of it, no, not really. Some of it looked new. Oh, okay, that's just the entrance ramp. I came off of here before. Oh, that was Boise. Okay, I was wondering what that was. Twin Falls. What do we got up here? We got a rust area here. I think I might call it here, or not call it. Go in there.
Drive safe.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Keep left.
No, I let that guy get his acceleration up. Oh man, 70. And I may call it there actually. It's 10:19 and I don't want to really go too far tonight. That ain't the rest area, is it? I hope not. I was gonna say I haven't yawned yet. What am I at here? Oh, speak of the devil. That was my first yawn. I might go a little further, we'll see. I'm gonna need gas, but I should actually, no, I'll have to get gas somewhere along the way, so I'll keep going. I'll just rest it and then find a gas station and call it quits then. This rest stop only is a rest stop, not a truck stop. Is he putting the brakes on? What the hell? These guys, I wish they knew how to freaking merge over. I made it up to 70. And despite the, you know, some of the issues, I mean, they kind of simulate real driving behavior in some ways. Other ways it doesn't. It's like a little unrealistic, but oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. I don't like that. Oh, I don't like this. Ah, Jesus. Get me over to the right lane. Where is all this traffic coming? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm just coming over. No signal light on, just cut everybody off. It's not like to pay attention to the damn things anyways.
And then exit right.
Alright. Whoa! Yo, buddy!
Exit right. Go straight on.
No, I can't go straight on. Because the trucks go this way. I want to follow these guys.
Go straight on.
Are they actually going to park? Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, isn't that sweet? Okay, nah. That's not a rest stop, buddy. I mean, that was kind of cool. I was curious because everybody was coming in, and I was thinking, I'm gonna watch them actually park. This is cool. Okay. Like I said, you can only do so much. I was looking forward to seeing him in the morning. Actually, the other guys are still there, but I think they're... well, somebody leveled up. I didn't see how much money they made. Yeah, it's not too much. Alright. Let's see where we're at with the drivers anyways. Power generator. Cool. Be interesting to see what that power generator gives them. Oh wait, oh okay, he's going the other way. Beverages. He keeps getting fireworks. His distance isn't as high, but not to mention he has a day cab, and I don't know if that's affecting him or not. It might. Where's he going to? Oh, Yuma. Nice. Alright. Let's keep going. Got a half an hour before I have to go to bed.
Finding a new route.
Finding a
Rerouting.
new route.
Recomputing.
Rebooting, recommuting, yes. I know, I screwed you up. I didn't know what the truck entrance was. Oops. Admiring all the trucks. Looks like a Schneider truck. Now I can see. Oh wow, I got half a thing of gas. I'll be fine for a little bit.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right. Go straight on. There's the falls, just at the bottom. Go straight on. Keep right, and then turn right.
Really? I missed that.
Turn right.
For some reason I thought it was straight, but okay. Oops.
Go straight on.
Can't even see the green light. I know it's there, but I really don't know it's there. Ooh, satellite dish.
Keep right. Go straight on.
Oh, that's gonna scare the crap out of me.
Go straight on.
As much as the resolution is high, it's not like real life when you do have that view, and you have much more pixels in your actual vision. They do a pretty good job.
Caution, please mind the speed limit. Caution, please mind the speed limit.
Once we get going here, I'll talk more, but I'm gonna focus on the traffic and the lights. There we go. Whew. Loan. I think I might pay that off soon. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, I was probably going to do this at least once tonight.
Go straight on.
The days I have a little extra time are Mondays, Wednesdays. Oh, Jesus, I missed that. But, I kind of felt something brewing over on Train Sim. It was just like... Actually, I saw it this morning before I went to work, and I thought, And I replied to Seagoon, and ended up, getting behind that more than I wanted to, but that's okay. It was worth the post. Oh, I love this scenery. You kind of forget you're in the 20-to-1 scale when you see stuff like that. Uh-oh. That's interesting. Well then. I was just like, uh-oh. As soon as I was there, I was just like, speak of the devil, all of a sudden it crashes on you. I can't remember the last time I had a crash. Autosaves every now and then, so that's okay. Well, cool. I guess I'll check the chat. I'm not going to go back into it tonight. It'll be fine. Nope. Any news on version 3? That was my latest on version 3. Can you pass me the download link of this game? Why would I do that when I actually played the game and bought it and buy all the add-ons? Any news on Run8 version 3? I don't know how old these are. The only news I have on Run8 3, and it was a joke, breaking news on Run8. Yeah. Normally I wouldn't put a title like that. I apologize. But yeah, if you missed it earlier, the only news on Run8 version 3 is that it's going to be totally backwards compatible on version 2. Because I'll take you to the post. If you're not on this forum, this is yeah, you get a lot of great up to the minute information here. It's just a beehive of activity. Oh shit. Where are we here? Oh yeah, right deep into the Curious of Run8 forum where people are speculating, and I don't know where it started, so... Oh, that was my latest post. I kind of buried it, I'm sorry. Poofy, where did Sparky go? Poof, where did Sparky go? I'm just curious. If you go to page 12, you will find that embedded in all this criticism and... I don't know if there's criticism or if there's... Yeah, like... So, like, here, like, personally, I could take it or leave it. Very similar to you, Scott. Not much of a social person. The club is very unique. Because I talk about model railroad clubs now. Run8 became my club, which is true. And understandably so, which I agree with Run8's focus on multiplayer. The issue, how many times I can see random trains pass by with no purpose, which is hence why RTS is purpose-driven. And it's always has been. I've always wanted it to be purpose-driven. And seeing random trains, and that's what happened with version 2. Just having trains for the sake of trains passing by and not really being part of anything, which is what was happening towards the end, where I was just trying to run it by myself. There's no way you could run the whole thing. It's crazy. But Run8 was coming out with version 3 with better AI. Oh yeah, probably well over a year now I knew two things were going to happen. Run8 was going to come up with version 3 with better... Okay. Whoa. I knew two things were going to happen. Run8 was with better AI dispatching or newer regions. Better AI dispatching? I don't know about that. Small groups can handle and enjoy. I was going to lose interest. Oh, yeah. Probably well over a year. I knew two things were going to happen. One, Run8 was going to come out with version 3 with better AI. Oh, this is what I'm speculating. It's either going to come out with better AI dispatching or newer regions a small group could handle and enjoy. This is my post, by the way. Or two, I was going to lose interest and stop coming up with new ideas that I'd eventually give up. The latter happened. and we know nothing about version 3 or what it's going to bring to the table. Basically, there is nothing enticing me to accept anything different. Still, anyone who has tried Run 8 needs to try it, so I'm encouraging it, and I'm sure they will get their money's worth, which I'm sure they will, and have lots of fun in the experience. So I'm still promoting it, but I don't need to kiss the developer's ass every time I try to promote Run 8. So unless the developers or the word of mouth, it all comes down, it all trickles down from you want to put excitement into your product, promote your product. If you don't care about promotion and just want to focus on programming, that's fine. I know it takes a lot of programming, trust me. I can't get friggin' Curve Track to work in Unity. Okay? And I was scratching my head trying to figure out how to get things to work in Unity, and it's just like, plenty of meets, banner, and community. If you like single player, you can still have a fun time. For me personally, it just got old. So there we go. I am likewise an introvert, blah blah blah. Sorry, I'm just going with what I'm saying. And I'm not to discourage these. This is a great thread. And Meta Angel, I already posted this. I just want to get to what I was saying because I think there was this. I didn't take anything towards me. I didn't know what that was and whatever. See, now it looks like I want to delete that message. And I can't. So now it looks like I'm attacking him, which I'm not. There was another post in there. Although it says 116, 117. There was another post, and it just vanished. So moderators took it out. But it was a lot more... Sparky had another interesting post that I commented about earlier tonight, which kind of sounded serious. It kind of sounded like how I felt in some ways, but not all. So I actually took it literally, and then I realized the sarcasm at the bottom when the little, the little personal shots got in there. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I didn't even reply to it. So I replied to Seagoon. Yeah, here it is. So here's part of it. So can't even imagine the reaction of version 2 adding rolling stock and roots is not backwards compatible. But then I just went on to say, I don't know what else I said there. But here was the breaking news. Version 3 will handle version 2 stuff just fine. Some version 2 stuff will have an update to handle new features. In other words, if you brought it for version 2, it'll just be fine and better with version 3. That's how we operate. We know how you operate. I mean, I wasn't gonna hold you if you wanted to do something else or possibly change your mind or whatever, or tell other people that they're imagining things, whatever. It's like I can get on and on. I can go on and on. What the hell's damn mouse? Get out of here! I do not want this on right now. Thank you. Thanks. So it seems Run 8 has went poof. It seems like they haven't posted any DLC. Well, yeah. They haven't. Apparently, they were still working on it. That's what they keep telling us. I'm like, okay, well, yeah. Things take time. I think version 1 took a long time, and that's fine. So, instead of leaving it up to our imagination, let us know some of the cool things that are coming. But they don't want to do that. They want to keep it all... I don't even know how much cool things are coming. It's just going to be like a little shiny new graphics. Like, that ain't good enough for me personally, but some people might like it. This is the Run8 Depot, or Run8 Depot, sorry. Wrong one. I don't need to go there. The hell is it? Run8 Studio. See, I don't even go here anymore, that I can't even remember the frickin' website. I used to know this. I used to go here all the time. It just showed up in my... It would show up... When I'd click on this, put it this way. When I would click on this, it shows all... These are the stuff that I go to. So, Train Sim I go to. I go to on a regular basis because there's still an interesting community. You know, it's somewhat fun. It's really the only train forum that I pay attention to right now. And it's not a beehive of information. I'm being sarcastic. I don't know why Google Maps is up there, but whatever. UAV forecast, that's for my drone. Wrestling, Google. I don't know why Google's in there, but I've been trying to be using this, but then I still out of habit go to Google, but I use DuckDuckGo now. My email and Twitter, and yeah. But that used to show up because I would check this every day. I was on here yesterday. Do we have anything? Probably not. We had a post. There's your last press release. It was December 6, 2019. The 9th Run8 version 2 update, November 25th, 2019. They have been working on version 3. Well, I was hoping to see it in here, but it's not in the press releases. Okay, so the word versions, empty versions. Okay, so they're not really talking about it here. In fact, I don't think if there's even a press release, if you weren't a member of a community and you had version 2 and you weren't a member of any community, you would have no idea about version 3. This is what you'd see. This is it. And of course you have the community page, which is their select page, which is fine. This is a dispatching program. This is some information. Train Sim's not even listed there because, I don't know, beats the hell out of me. I guess it's not a community. Whatever. I mean, you got you got at least 2 former beta team members, myself and one who's an admin, who's still very, I would say, active in Run8. The one admin is very active, is there. So these are your 2. This is the big 2 right here. This is the big one. They're still pretty good as far as I know, but they're I don't know if they're doing their thing, whatever, I don't know. I'm not even going to talk about rumors. We won't bother with that. I hear things. I'm not going to talk about rumors. I don't need to talk about rumors. I hear certain things, but who knows? But it seems like they haven't. Yeah, I lost all faith in Run8 as of late. The view liners were promised 5 years ago. Wow, I didn't know that. It's fun with a few friends. Well, that's cool. Oh, Digitrax, how's it going? Greenso really doesn't like giving us decent news. No shit. This was what my whole joke was. When I saw that tonight, I couldn't resist. I was like, okay, I'm gonna play my ATS tonight anyways. I was going to play the music, but I just had to. Because all of a sudden, I mean, I haven't seen Greenstone on that forum for a little while. Last time I saw him, what was he saying? I think he was expelling certain rumors or something. Nah, who knows? Usually, I find here's what I find. I put out a video on my I got 500 subscribers. Give me a break. I don't have 500 people. It's like, oh, Sean's posting something. What's he gonna say about Run8? I'm like, come on. Ugh. That's like, and some of it was just like, you look at the forum and it's just like, oh wow, every video he's talking about Run8 now. I go play different video games. I go do different stuff. I go after trolls. I do all kinds of things. I barely post it. Most of it is just stuff that I do with pictures out in the field, and I'll show you. I'll show you my channel if you haven't been up to snuff with my channel lately. So I don't have anything of trains on there, well, other than the bridge. But let's see, ATS. We'll talk more about what? Oh, future of RTS. So what happens is, okay, when RTS ever gets discussed, there's always a lot of stuff talking about, like, okay, look at some of the most popular uploads. I got one, this sucker right here has nothing to do with trains whatsoever, just some wrestling meme that I put together. And then I have TD3, which has something to do with it. These are some of the older videos, Run8 version 2 tutorial series. That's it. And then over here, talking RTS along the trip. And here I'm talking about my freaking drone, trolls, your Valorants, and caring about what other people, RTS Vision, looking at Flat Car Kit number 1, which has nothing to do with Run8 or anything like that. I'm looking at different things. Railfan recap, nothing to do about anything. RTS, just a quick update and a teaser. Blah blah blah. You can see I'm really not that active. This is the most active I've been in the last few days because I started sensing something. And what I started sensing was that there was a disturbance in the force and I was causing it. I'm like, okay, that's nice. I'm getting a lot of likes, I'm getting a lot of certain views on certain things, and all of a sudden it's kind of funny because I'll start talking about something and immediately I have certain viewers in here. Just out of curiosity. Sorry, I'm not trying to bore you with my channel here, but I'm just curious about something here. Can I do this without going? I better not. Let me just so that's live now. Where was this here? Okay, 1 up, 1 down, 31 views, nothing big. God dang it, I did not want to do that. Damn, it's 10:59. Well, I've had a big ass nap earlier. I can go a little further. Railfan recap from this weekend. That should have nothing. And it doesn't. +2 up. No, I don't want to add to the queue. +3 up. I don't have any negative views, so +5 up. Get out of here. Close the damn player. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just looking at flat car. Okay, so there's nothing there. There's no... I don't know what the hell that is then. Maybe it's just coincidence. I don't know. I just find it kind of weird that suddenly, all of a sudden, maybe it was a post I rubbed the wrong way over on Train Sim. Perhaps. Wow, I got 8 viewers. What the hell's going on? Da 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 da. Let's see. I lost a bit of faith in Run8. The view, yeah. Da da. Yeah. I have a forum I made years ago to replace Run8 America. The forum has been inactive for a while, but maybe it could resurface with enough people. The link won't show on top chat, though. Yeah, I think it's the links won't. Once it posts, I think you'll be able to post. Once this video goes up, I think you'll be able to put in a link. Don't quote me on that one. Or if you don't know the link, just spell it out, like dot, name dot something like that. That'll probably get you in. I don't mind about links. I think there's like some protections in there, like spam protections. So it's not me. I do have whatever certain settings there are to avoid, because I'd have what would you have? I'd have porn spam and all kinds of other crap that would come up on my videos, so I didn't want that. Run8 Western forums. Okay. Honestly, I haven't been looking up for Run8 anything. So, I really haven't. I go to Train Sim and it's like, if somebody hears something, I'll find out about it. Quincy, you start out, you come in and then you go away. Quincy, you gotta stay around, man. I know you don't like trucks, but Quincy was trying to bet me that he thinks that I'm gonna be in Run8 version. He thinks I'm gonna purchase Run8 version 3 when it comes out. He says he's betting on that. He says, yeah, you're gonna purchase Run8 version 3 when it comes out. And I said, no, I'm not. I got my rail driver sitting on the thing. I haven't been active in trains. I haven't. My son's still active in trains, but no. And I still talk about it because really I'm at a crossroads when it comes to RTS. And that is, do I keep pushing? Because I'm trying my best to... I shouldn't say I'm trying my best. That's wrong. I talked about this yesterday. And some of you might have seen it. Maybe you didn't, or not ever, or whatever. Should go back to version 1. I'll never go back to version 1. I'll never go back to version 1. I know why you're into version 1, and I know you have the different mods and all that other stuff. Version 1's not for me. It's version 2 had potential. It was great at the beginning, and then they kept on having more and more content as far as routes. Instead of having other developers come in and say, okay, well, what about these little small guys who want to have a few friends and just run a small class 1 branch, not a branch, not a I don't want to be a branch line like Trona or something like that, but something that has maybe 10 trains a day, or there's got to be stuff like that out there. Not just the busiest transcontinental lines out there, because it's too much. The original line that was Tehachapi can handle a decent sized crowd on its own. Add in the AI, add in whatever else, it can handle it. I understand why Barstow was added in, and I understand why the hump. I understand even, having needles. Cajon to a certain extent, yes. LA was a killer, and it was gifted to me, and I liked it at first, and I thought to I actually liked it, and I thought to myself, and it was just because of all the different things in there, it was so immense. But then I realized, okay, well, either I'm just going to run LA on its own, which I tried at one time, and it didn't really do much because LA is a freaking nightmare to try to manage. And oh yeah, I remember UP Proviso and all that other stuff. There was, I think, there's some personal issues. Montana Rail Link, Missoula, the software development kit. You know, when John Greenstone says, "Oh yeah, I never wanted editors," and yet software development kit was right on their homepage and all that other stuff. So yeah, it's my imagination. I just hear posts and it's my imagination. I don't remember these things. They don't even post what's coming up anymore. There's no. I used to like it when they actually posted it, and I think they don't like. Put it this way. I remember. I think it was version. Was it version 1 that came when version 1 came out a little later than expected? Maybe version 2 did. But they used to give dates. And I think they got a lot of criticism for not meeting their dates. And I'm like, so what? And back then I was a team member. I was just like, so what? And I would defend them like crazy to all the people, people arguing about there was no frogs and there was no this. I'm like, so what? I said, they got a simulator going. It's got multiplayer. It's never been done. Blah blah blah. I was the hugest supporter of Run8, and yet one time, with a little thing that was bugging me, and I didn't exploit it. I guess I made reference to the exploding trains. That's what led to the whole debacle of all of a sudden somebody got their panties tied up in a knot and I was knocked out of the beta team. And then I was back in the beta team and then I was knocked out again. I was just like, whatever. I mean, it's not, I know it sounds like sour grapes. It's just laughable because it's all petty BS. And it's sad. It's actually sad because they're the best. They had so much potential. It kind of reminds me. It reminds me of the thing that they wanted to do when if you look at their history, version 2 of Microsoft Train Simulator and the failed launch of it. All that potential that was supposed to come, and it just never did. Well, version 3 doesn't have all that potential. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know anything about version 3 that's supposed to be game changing. Other than there's a new game engine. Okay, well, whatever. What does that mean? It's going to have better graphics? That's supposed to get me. It's supposed to be smaller territories. Well, why can't we have smaller territories now? Because they can't. I know the answer to that. It's probably pretty straightforward. Number one, they can't probably add any more code to version 2, or they risk having some serious errors. I think they're at their or they're at their max, or something. Something is at their resource limit. It's just nothing else. All of a sudden, nothing else was done with version 2. It became, who knows, maybe it became unstable. I have no idea. But something happened. And we were already seeing mishumps and different things were starting to happen. Different bugs were starting to pop up. Maybe it was spaghetti code. I don't know. John's done a hell of a job, but with his experience, and he's had a little bit of help as well. But perhaps it's all spaghetti code. I don't know. I've never seen a line of that code. I have no idea. So, what else we got here? Alaska, yeah. LA is a horse show. I only get maybe 10 freights a day. Yeah, see that, and that's what we get in Niagara. We get about 10. Most of them at night because I get a ton of commuter trains. Amtrak ruined my fun. Yeah. LA is a horror show. Future projects page was removed in 2015. Yeah. Graphics on version 2 are fine by me. Yeah, they're fine by me too. I would like to see they went into AI. I know that if I start adding industries, it becomes unstable. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, and the Southeast, and I've always said the Southeast is too big. But I do know that this. Oh wait, the Southeast. Oh, Southeast. Southeast or Southwest? Oh, I see. Okay, the Southeast is. That's interesting. You mentioned the Southeast. The Southwest is the big one. The Southeast, I have stability issues in it as well, and that has to do with that yard. That's where I start getting mishumps. But I don't get as many mishumps in Barstow, and I think it's because it's a smaller yard. Yeah, Southwest, that's what I thought. Southeast, the only issue I have is the hump yard. Hump yards are where I find I get a lot of issues, but I know what you mean. I used to have little ways of adding. I added a lot of industries for my RTS stuff for tracking, and I think that caused a lot of issues too. But I didn't know what there was no real limit. There was no ceiling. There was no. There was nothing that was programmed in there to prevent you from doing so much. Had it been an issue, there should have been, but perhaps people never thought that people would try to do that kind of thing. I don't know. But the Southwest is crazy. And I didn't even have all the I didn't even have everything. I never went with Bakersfield, despite the fact that people were telling me that I would like it and that it might work out for what I was trying to do. I hummed and hawed about it, never did it. I just, there was too much buyer's, I shouldn't say buyer's remorse. I didn't have buyer's remorse. I had buyer's remorse not for the reasons you would think. It wasn't the product. It was where I was at in Run8. The last purchase I made, I think, was Oak Creek and the Oak Creek and the SJVR or whatever the hell it was. That was, other than the SJVR, I never really touched Oak Creek. I went in there, I think, once. Never got to it. SJVR, I think I touched a few times. I'm starting to do stuff in and around Bakersfield. That's the only reason why. I was going to do it in Mojave had I kept going with Mojave. That was probably one of the last projects I did, was try to run out of Mojave, and I never got to it. I was watching trains go by one time and just watching them. The AI, I knew I was done once I saw the AIs just going by back and forth, and here I am in single player, and I'm like, okay, this is this is now eye candy. That's not the greatest eye candy in the world, and I'm playing dispatcher with it was just, I really, at that point, I thought to myself, what am I doing? So no, not my cup of tea. But It is what it is. Wow, we got lots of concurrent viewers. That's crazy. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but you know, be nice. It'd be nice if they updated the site. It'd be nice if they just tried to promote what the hell they're trying to do. Just create a buzz. Create. You want to stop people like me or shut people like me up. If I'm even talking, I guess I talk once in a while. It's kind of funny because I haven't talked about it in a while, and all of a sudden I open my mouth, and it's just kind of interesting how I open my mouth and then suddenly something happens. Like John shows up and whatever. I mean, hey, I'm welcome to see John, but to give us a one-liner to tell us the amazing news that, hey, it'll just be that. And he's told us other things too. He's told us, I think, oh yeah, the last message he had was something about, how he's been, developing and trying to get through and this one part, stuff that is interesting, but goes over the heads of most people because they don't understand development. I understand it. I understand what it's like. Now, I'm not saying I'm an expert. I'm not saying I'm as good. I'm not. But I've programmed I've been part of that system life cycle mentality since my teenage years. So I know what it's like. It doesn't matter if it's it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if things have changed nowadays and the technology has changed. The system life cycle is still the same, and it still takes manpower because the technology is so much more powerful, and the graphics are so much more powerful, and the game engines are so demanding and complex to do amazing things. It's actually really like this whole idea we were supposed to, I remember, because I was in the IT field. I remember starting to hear the first time I was starting to hear about that development was going to become so automated that eventually AI was going to be able to do it. And this was talk before 2000. I mean, this is talk before 2000. Geeks and like myself or whatever, if that's what the case, I was part of that, techno geek club. I'm not really a techno geek anymore because I haven't got a freaking clue of some of this stuff anymore. But I'm so out of touch when it comes to the latest and greatest. But back then, I was more in line because I was constantly playing around with it. And, back before dating, teenagers, stuff like that, college years, if I wasn't busy with relationships, I mean, stuff like that, living at home, in between jobs, I would have plenty of time to screw around. And the technology has evolved so much that it still takes the manpower, and this is why you still have massive amount of big, huge teams developing these things. You look at something like Run8 has, I don't know whether they have a dozen people on their page. I don't even know, since they haven't updated their page in a year and a half. Maybe they have, I don't know. Perhaps they've updated something on there, but the press release about a year and a half. So let's say they have a dozen people that are still associated with the inner workings of Run8, to some degree, whether it mean beta team, doing the roots, whatever the heck it is they are doing. So they've got something going on for about 12 people, many of whom are part-time. John, last I heard, he was full-time. I don't know if he still is because I don't know how they're making money. But that's just that's just my not knowing the inside opinion or conclusions or hypothesis, if you will. I haven't got a clue. So, but you look at a company who is ditching, whatever. You look at these other companies that are still doing train simulators, and they're producing train simulators every year or two. Trains is still going. Is much changing? I don't know. I like 2019. I mean, I did like 2019 enough to buy it, but it was actually the price that probably sold it to me. But 2019 North America, got that. Got a copy for my son. He's still using the hell out of it, so he's got his money's worth, and I think I got my money's worth out of it, despite not being in it anymore. But these guys have big teams. They've got a lot of people, and they're not as down to earth. They're not as down to earth or connected to the rail fan or the quote unquote the guys who run the railroad, basically the engineers, the conductors, all the people that Run8 really brings in. They bring in the professionals because it's so damn good. It's that good, and yet, what is it for? Is it to train people how to run a train? Is that all it does now? Are we just like where we were with what was it? Trainmaster went that way a year, and we're talking years ago. Trainmaster went that way. Became more of a teaching tool for professionals. I don't know. I don't think it is, but it's that good to be a simulator to teach people how to run a train, because it is the best. And that might be my opinion, but it's the best train simulator. Was it that got the best eye candy? No. Is it got the best? Obviously, it doesn't have a route editor. So overall, I mean, comparing what's good for somebody is all depending on their flavor or their choice or their interest, I guess. But let's see, what else do they have? Day jobs, or is Run8 their job? Like I said, John went full time, as far as I know. Last I heard, he was living in Russia. He had moved there. He was married or something like that. I assume he's still over there. I have no idea. I don't know anything personal about John, other than what I knew at that time. But some of the other, yeah. But yeah. So I would say the majority don't. The majority have real jobs, and who knows? I really don't know. They're not producing new. They're not producing anything new. They're not producing any excitement. They have a bunch of people that still run it. They have a bunch of people that still do it. Are their numbers, whether or not whether or not the professional or the serious modelers club or Run8 Depot or whatever you want to call them, the club, as I like to call it, if how their stats are doing and how they add up. You just had with a pandemic, and the numbers were record. Well, okay, a lot of things were record during the pandemic, but I don't see that much. And just because you have a bunch of diehards having fun, great. good. I mean, it's good, and community drives a lot of things, and this is community driven, word of mouth driven. Um, but as much as you have the people who conform to say, well, hey, I like the depot, and I'm not discouraging anybody from joining the depot. You want to join the depot, join the depot. It might be exactly what you're looking for, because you'd be part of a community, you'd be part of, you'd have a lot of people to talk to, you would have people who would teach you, all that other stuff. I've never tried to discourage people from joining the depot or anything like that. But my criticism to that is Run8 has had a history of being associated with one group. And I'll even say that to some extent RTS was one of them at the very beginning, because they did a lot of testing on my servers. So, but that was, I don't think it was anything that was bad for them. Dams was a disaster. They got too close and cuddly. Now, the good thing about Run8 Depot is Sean's a nice guy. The guy who runs Run8 Depot, I think he's a nice guy. He's part of a very big outfit. He tries to please everybody, which is admirable, and he has some of the best tools out there, bar none. He puts a lot of work into that. So, I mean, I joke around it. My criticism is not directed at Run8 Depot. It's directed at Run8, because Run8 consistently tries to tie themselves to whatever they think is the hottest community, and they just spend time on that, and they'll spend these other ones. They'll come in, and because these other ones kind of get ignored, and then people start talking, and people start wondering. Well, not everybody. I would say a lot of people on Train Sim don't go on the depot. And there's a reason for that. It's because they're not interested in it. So you got a lot of people who like doing single player that's on Train Sim. Not everybody. I like multiplayer. I like doing my thing. But, I mean, bottom line is this. Regardless of all that, and I'm going to wrap this up very shortly, because I said I was going to bed at 11, and I think it's I don't want to be as late as that last night, put it that way. I'll just wrap it up like this, and I'm going to try to not talk about this. I'm going to spend time with my son. Obviously, I spend time with him on Tuesdays anyways. Who knows what I'll be doing tomorrow evening, but I'm probably not going to worry about doing as much of this now that things are calm or under control, I guess. I mean, the forum, that post is relatively simple. I'm not out there on Train Sim trying to cause any more other issues other than being a smartass, which I was before, but that was, that's just me. But it's, for me, bringing up all these old stories or old feelings of how I feel about something or whatever, it's no sour grapes for me, because I've moved on from that. In fact, that whole post, or if you look 2 videos back, that whole thing was about me actually moving away from trains, as far as Train Sims altogether. I'm really at that point right now where it is something that I've considered, and I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for, all of a sudden a lot of views, subscribers, anything like that, or support. That's just something that it's going to happen. I got to do what I feel, and I can play American Truck Simulator. I can do other things. I worked on one page, as I said earlier today. I did one page of RTS. And, hey James, how's it going? Thanks, man. But I did one thing of RTS today, just did a little bit of page. It's not, I don't think it's dead. I think I'll always have an itching to go back to it, simply because I still love trains, like I said yesterday. I still love trains, so that is always going to, that's always going to keep me, like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be around Train Sim. I still have my channel. I still replied to all comments on all videos. Or I see them, put it that way. I don't necessarily reply to everything, but I see them. So I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. But as far as my content, it's already started dwindling down. The last few days is unreal, because I haven't put out this much live stream in a long time. If you take a look at my history, I was putting out maybe once a week if I was lucky, and a lot of times they were just recap videos of what my son and I did with watching trains and having a drone. Now that I have my drone back, that's going to happen. Between losing the drone and getting the replacement, that was probably one of the slowest times in my channel, because suddenly there wasn't really much to report RTS wise, and I didn't have anything else. And there really isn't that much to report. There's nothing new. There's nothing new to report RTS wise, and there's really nothing on the horizon in the train simulations. One thing, if you look at the way the industry is going, everything's going to mobile, everything is going to smaller. PCs, a lot of the stuff with PCs. Some things are going to console, that's still there, but a lot of it's going to more mobile and all these other personal and portable devices. So is the tech, and apparently the technology is good enough for them. I don't know why, because to me nothing beats what you can get into a PC. But that's just me. But at some point the technology will get there. It's just, and I think PCs aren't going to die out. I mean, there's still going to be stuff. There's going to still be people producing for PCs, because there will be demand for years to come, except it's not going to be as much. It's not the most rapidly growing sector in computers these days, or electronics in general these days. So, but with that said, it's really looking grim right now. I haven't really seen other than, and what do you got to look at? You got Run8, who's supposedly working on something, we don't know what. We get these little tidbits to answer certain people's potential criticisms or fears, but other than that, you don't get any other information. So it's just laughable. I don't really care. The others, Train Sim World's a joke. Train Sim World is utter hot garbage, is like I like to call. They just throw stuff out there. I mean, I can't believe how excited I was when I saw Hamilton, Ontario. I was just like, what? And boy, did I mark out about that one, and I almost bought that thing. I originally upgraded my computer in anticipation of buying that, because I was going to make it happen, and then I started learning about, well, wait a minute, what am I getting myself into here? What is this sim really like? I'm like, whoops. And I kind of knew the answer to that already, but I kind of forgot about it because I was so mesmerized by the visuals. Visuals can be very mesmerizing, but gameplay is important too. That's why I like ATS. It's got really good gameplay. It's not perfect. Doesn't need to be. No, a train simulator doesn't have to be perfect either. I personally don't mind trains. I know some people don't like it. I don't mind it. My issues with trains came when you're actually developing, and you're trying to develop slow, but still have you have all the DEM data, and you want to start with the DEM data, and you want to slowly build on top of it. The problem with that is as soon as you start changing underneath, it screws everything up, which defeats the purpose. Which is kind of why I liked Unity and doing my own, because I knew I could control that. I can control every single piece and move it wherever the heck I wanted to move it in the 3D space. Didn't matter what happened to the surface below or the rigid bodies, as they call them, gravity, the gravity physics, everything. None of that would matter. So I could develop whatever the hell I wanted to develop in my world, do what I wanted, and I could do it slowly, as slow as I wanted, as long as I had the assets necessary to do the simulator. The problem is, there's a lot to do, and there's a lot of things that I have to learn. And I haven't done learning, it's just I know what a huge learning curve it is to get to that point. And that's not one that I'm excited enough about to get into it, because I'm not that worried about it. I like I said the other day, I start playing, I go through what one thing is, and then I go through, okay, well, I basically vision what it's going to be like to be playing or running a sim of mine. And I see all the positive things, I see all the good stuff that I want in there, but then I see the not the end game, so to speak, but I see the continuation and the evolution of a world, and as things are progressing, and that's where I kind of lost it. That's where all of a sudden it became just like any other job, and that I didn't like. So I had to make it fun again. I haven't found that balance yet, and so now it's kind of like a toss-up, and it's just like, okay, well, these guys who run these trains, they're real jobs, and some of it is tedious. And that's just the fact. That's what real is. It's not as glamorous as it looks. It's not as glamorous as being able to have a flying camera, a drone camera, looking over your train and jumping to the next railway crossing and doing a little pan and all other crap. You need those things in there to make it interesting, but that's not how it really is. But still, now I'm just mumbling now. Holy crap, it's 11:38. Time to go. Anyways, but yeah, I'm just mumbling on. But that's about all. I don't know when the next time I'm going to be doing a live stream like this is. Hopefully, the news cycle and all the drama settles down, and the little one-liner things, and whoever else is posting stuff. I'm not even posting stuff about anything. I'm trying. Honestly, I'm trying not to. I usually respond by stirring up the pot, but I'm not really trying to stir up the pot. It's. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. To my defense, it's just I'm doing my own thing right now, and that is the way it is. Anyways, guys, yeah, you have a good night too, Bill, and everybody else. Have a good one, and we'll talk to you whenever the next time is. Talk to you later. See ya.